Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss this particular charts. This is multiple charts. We do have a bar chart, we do have line graph, we do have a pie chart here. So it represents three different aspects. That's what we can see here. The given charts give information on the number of students at a university in the UK from 1991 to 2001, government spending, and the types of families' economic background they came in 1991. So you have a time frame. Two time frames are similar here. That is time frame number one, that is in the bar chart. That's 1991 to 2001. And time frame number two is 1991 and 2001. In case of the government spending on each student, and in case of the total number of students at the university in the UK. So in both these cases, the time frame is the same. But here in the pie chart, the time frame is different. That's 1991. So this is a static. We do have to say that this is a static information. This is a movement information. So these are movement data, and this is a static data. So I cannot combine a movement data to a static data because one is moving from one place to another. Another is just staying there. So if a combination chart is coming like this, then I have to see where can I combine and merge something. If there are something to merge, you have to merge and make the word count reduce below 200. So this is our primary aim to do. So let's see in detail. This is not a bar chart. This is not a single line graph. This is not a single pie chart. It's a combination of all these things, three things here. So we have data number one is the amount, the number of students at the university in the UK from this point to this point, government spending on this point to that point, and the family's economic background, that's in 1991. So as a classical chart comparison, we just need to see the similarity things. Similar things should be going on first. And the dissimilar thing, this is a movement chart and this is a static chart. So this I'll mark it 1. So I am going to address this thing in the first position. I'm going to address this thing in the second position. So we just need to separate the movement data and the static data. After this, I need to see whether I can give the introduction, in the same paragraph, in the first paragraph. I cannot give because the introduction for the first thing, so first two things I have got a movement data, the introduction for the movement data should be given first. And the introduction to this static data should be given separately. So I cannot give these things together. If I am going to give these things together, then I have to add one more sentence here in this part. Then I have to immediately, I have to write an overview here. And here in this overview, I have to write two more sentences. So this makes the data bigger. So here my tactic is not to write the introduction for this thing and this thing and this thing together, I need to write these two things first, explain that first, and then give introduction to this thing, explain that second, and then give an overview at the end. So this reduces the word count to a considerable proportion. So or else you have to write some number of words more. So I do recommend this way. I adopted this way just because of this thing. I have seen something similar, that is movement data first. Introduction to the movement data is given here. Information on the average number of students at a university in the UK from this point to this point, and the student allowances from the government during the same period is depicted in the given bar chart and the line graph respectively. So this is the thing that we have seen here. So in number 1 introduction, we have seen this is the point 1991 to 2001. So we have seen the number of students and the student allowances from the government. Clear. So we have not mentioned anything about the pie chart here in the introduction here. So if you have to mention, it will be a little bit complication. So we have not done that. In general, the volume of students attended the university showed a gradual increase except in 1991 and 2001. So except in these two cases, except in 1997, yeah, this is the thing, and 2001, the volume of students attended the university showed a gradual increase. So we have already mentioned the period is 20 up to 2001 from 1991. So already we have mentioned the period, so we don't need to repeat it. So I have said in 1997 and 2001, we do have exceptions. So the increase was going on from 1997, from 1991 up to 1996, no, up to 1995. Then in 1997, we do have a stagnation there. I think that is an increase there. After 1997, we have not seen that much increase, except in 1997 and 2001, we have not seen that sorts of increase. The gradual increase, the pace of increase was step by step. It was stagnated somewhere there in 1997 and in 2001. That's what we have mentioned. So the explanation is given from just over, I have to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 million. So from just over 1 million, I can say 1 million instead of these figures. So I have not mentioned billion or million or anything else there. I have just mentioned from just over, because if I use the figures, it won't be counted in the word. So if I write this particular thing, million, it will be counted as one word. So I have avoided writing million. I can write million because it is 1 million. I'm not written that just because this will be adding one more word to my word count. So I have not done that. From just over, so you can go in either way, either in figures or in words, you can do that. The number rose over 2 million in 1990. Okay, so this is the thing from this point, so it has almost doubled. In 1997, there were about, so we have set some exception here, 1997 and 2001. So exception number 1 is 1997, there were about this many students. And in 2001, there were about these many students in the university, which we are mentioning. It's also seen that the money which the government spent on each student declined. So you can see it's declining over the period. And this was from £600 and in order to reduce 2 words. So I could cancel these 2 words. If I use this symbol here, that's the pound symbol. If I use this particular symbol, I can cut down 2 more words. So please note, these are the techniques that if I cancel, if I could minimize the number of words, then it looks a little bit concise and little bit formal. Okay. And we move further. Now we have finished these 2 chapters. Up to this point, you can see up to this point, we have seen the bar graph. And from this point to this point, we have seen the line graph. So we don't have anything special here. So I have just mentioned this. There was a decline, and this was from this point to this point. Here we had a speciality that was a growth stagnation here and here. So I have mentioned it separately. That's it. Now turning to the family economic background. So that is the family economic background here. As represented in the pie chart, it is represented in the pie chart. So the introduction is already given like that. So it's not said that this is represented in the bar chart. Where is it given? It's in the first paragraph. Here it is there. This is represented in the bar chart. And this is represented in the line chart. So what is represented in the pie chart? It's given there in the second paragraph. Turning to the economic background as represented in the pie chart. So the introduction is already given there. 62% of the total students were from the middle income family in 1991 when compared to 30% students from high income background. 62% when compared to 30%. 62 from middle income, 30 from the higher income. Only 8% were from the low income background in 1991, we have said. If I don't think that we need this thing here, because I have already mentioned the year in the paragraph already. So once I have mentioned the year in the paragraph, so we don't have a meaning change there. In the paragraph, we have only 1 year, so we have used the year once only. Now, what I have to see as an overview is that overall, it's clear that when the student enrollment incline, you can see the student enrollment is increasing. The government stipend on them decline between the years. You can see that the number of students are increasing and the number of, what do you say, the amount which the government spent was, it was, it's not directly proportional, it is inversely proportional. Okay. Now, it is also noted that most students were from the middle income families in 1991. So the summary of the pie chart, we can see the majority of the thing as 62%. That is from the higher, no, the middle income family. So the summary is clear. So that's it. We should not become panic when you see multiple charts. We have 3 charts here, but we do have very less matter here. So we just want to see how to frame the introduction here. This is the thing that we are going to see in something very differently. So the introduction for the bar graph and line graph is depicted here, and the introduction for the pie chart is depicted here. So 2 separate parts we have said the introduction. So I have said the main information here, and the subsidiary introduction is here. So why have said that this is a movement data and this is a static data? This is a data of a particular here. This is a data of a duration. So first we have to say that thing. Then we have said the static data, and at last we have said the overview. So usually I have to write the overview in the middle here. This is the place where I have to write the overview. But instead of this thing, as I have not completed the introduction, I cannot write the overview here. So this is the problem here. I cannot write. Why I cannot write the overview here? Just because I have not completed the introduction there. The introduction is not complete. The introduction, the half of the introduction is here too. We have an introduction here too. So that's the thing. We have not done that. So hope you have understood this thing. It's not a complex task. It's a very easy thing. You need to analyze the task properly and group this thing. Whichever we can join, we have to join similar things and dissimilar things. So I have categorized similar things like the movement data together and the static data separate. That's it. So hope you have all understood this thing and have a nice day. Thank you.